everybody, welcome back to the United Show. We're back. We're back again. We're joined with Niall, and we're also joined with Kenny. He can't really see his name because of the Leicester Premier League, which is kind of a good sign, to be fair. We'll keep it like that. Anyway, how are you doing, lads?
I'm fantastic. Obviously, Ollie ruining my Starboys career already.
Shut up.
Ollie needs to sort. Also, I will just say, if you start agreeing with against Young Boys, you win 3-2. But that's just.
We'll get into that. Kenny, how are you, mate?
I'm decent. I think we'll bounce back.
Okay, you absolutely will.
Calm down.
The players have already put their traditional. We'll bounce after this. We'll bounce back. We're on it. We know it's bad to lose, but we'll bounce back. They put out their traditional messages.
Right, we're gonna start off. Like I said, we're gonna start off with the positive because let's be real, the end of the week wasn't really as positive. We're gonna start off with Newcastle. We just before the horror show that we'll start off with. Ronaldo back home, Old Trafford. We'll start with Kenny. How did you find the game?
Honestly, the Old Trafford atmosphere was the best atmosphere ever since Fergie left. Ever. Even you could even include the last few years of Fergie. It was absolutely electric, and it was all down to that man right there, Ronaldo. He also had an amazing performance. I mean, we topped it off with a 4-1 win, domination from beginning to end. I don't really think that any player, apart from maybe Wan-Bissaka, had a poor performance, honestly. Now, I know a lot of people would say, oh yeah, Newcastle got equalised. It looks like they might get a draw at some point. But let's be honest, it was domination from United. And being in that stadium was honestly... There was honestly no better feeling that day. And he scored 2 goals and
and okay, cheers, Dan. All right. Anyway, now, what was your opinion? You did watch it live.
Yeah, I watched it twice actually. So I decided to obviously watch it live on a completely legal stream. Of course, I'd never break the law. Okay. But then I watched it back in the night because I wanted to really hear that atmosphere. I was told it was good. Credit to United, they did turn up the volume. Fake crowd noise, I'm guessing, pouring out.
No, we're not City, mate. Come on.
No. City just don't even bother with that. They just get their manager to.
they just fleet to the fans.
They just beg for fans, but no, I thought Greenwood was arguably one of your best players alongside Ronaldo and Bruno. I mean, we all know that Ronaldo doesn't actually get his first goal without Greenwood, so a bit of respect there. Which is true. RJ, deny it all you want, but Ronaldo doesn't get his first goal without Greenwood.
Man on that
exactly. Hold on. I said he was one of your best players alongside Ronaldo and Bruno. What part of that is factually incorrect? Exactly.
I mean, there's more players who are better, but okay, we'll move on.
Well, no, I'd say the thing is, and Greenwood did something that he hasn't done in that I've watched him. His link-up play was phenomenal. I really, Mason Greenwood is maturing into a man now. He's really, really matured. I think you look at everything he does, the way he links up now. It can only be a positive. And for me, Jadon Sancho, go get ready to sit on the bench because you ain't starting, bro. Unless Ollie's putting Sancho on the left, Sancho doesn't get in for me at the moment. Because why would he? I mean, Mason Greenwood has got 3 goals in 3 games, 4 goals and assists in 4 games. Jadon Sancho, please go sit next to Donny van der Beek and play Scrabble because you're not getting on the football pitch. Because at the moment, why would you change your winning side? I mean, Greenwood is one of your best players this season.
Yeah.
Ronaldo obviously is going to start up front. So the only other place to put Greenwood is on the right-hand side. You could put Sancho on the left until Rashford gets back, but judging from the pictures in training, Rashford looks a fucking tank now. So I'm guessing Ronaldo had extra leg day whilst he had his shoulder injury and his shoulder operation. I'm guessing Rashford did extra days on his legs because I remember looking at him sort of back end of last season, and he wasn't a frail lad. Like, fuck me, he was still quite a big lad, wasn't he? But his legs have like doubled in size. It's like I smell danger for almost everyone that's going to be on the right hand side for the opposition. So look, yeah, Newcastle, you played well, conceded a goal, which United really, and I mean, whilst you have that donkey in midfield, but actually you didn't even play with that donkey in midfield, so I don't really understand your excuse for that. Who did you play in midfield? It was fucking
Matic and Pogba.
Yeah, I was just about to say Donny wouldn't get onto a pitch in the Premier League game. That'd be a bit too much for Ollie.
Sadly, yeah. That's how his pedigree. Do you know what I mean?
Do you know what? I can't remember which. I think I read it in our group chat, RJ. Some donkey went, if you had Matic like 4 years ago, it'd be perfect situation for Pogba. So, well, no fucking shit, Sherlock.
Yeah, exactly.
No shit, Sherlock. Everyone is saying that you need that DM like a Matic 4 years ago. And you just need to hunt that one down.
We could literally sign loads of players. I mean, Rice is an option. I don't want him. Ndidi is an option.
Rice has got more goals than Cavani this season. To be fair, Rice is exactly the player you want. Ollie to me wants two players. Well, two players if you get rid of Pogba. Right? If Pogba doesn't sign, you need two players. What you need is someone who can, do the dirty work in midfield, but has half a composure on the ball. Declan Rice, for example. Then I think you need a deep line playmaker, someone who can transition the ball, so Bruno can stay higher up, enable the ball to get up there. You say Fred one more time, and I'm drop kicking you to Australasia. Or fucking I will literally drop kick you. Fred is a war crime. Fred is a war crime. No, I think you ideally you keep Pogba. I think a midfield of Rice Pogba is an insane midfield. If not,
I'm gonna check.
If not, maybe you're a little fucked. I don't know. Who would be a deep line playmaker for United that's anywhere near the level of Paul Pogba?
I'll put in the name here.
Kenny is actually not. He said Jude Bellingham. That's not a mad shout, actually.
But no, I'll tell you why. Because Bellingham for me screams Liverpool. He screams Liverpool right now. RJ, he may scream Liverpool, but Liverpool don't have bank balance to sign Jude Bellingham. RJ, come on. This is the player I bring in.
No. If you're not getting Rice, yes, but it's one of him and Rice, right? One of them.
And I'll tell you why. He works.
He screams Chelsea.
No,
he doesn't. He doesn't know because they're going for Rice. They'll go for Rice because Rice literally sucks off Mason Mount. Like, have you seen those two?
Yeah, Tuchel don't give a shit, and neither guess what? Roman Abramovich doesn't do. He doesn't bow down to Mason Mount. I think Ciaran goes to pro Chelsea. I would say Bellingham. I mean, he can work for Liverpool.
I love Bellingham, but I don't think so.
But we all know that. Yeah, but let's be realistic. Do Liverpool have money to go buy Bellingham? Let's be real. Come on,
probably not.
Right? Exactly. They are obviously going to try and shift Harvey Elliott and Curtis Jones into that midfield and be like, look, we've saved money. No, I could. Do you know what? A Rice Bellingham midfield actually does scream sexual. That is a sexy midfield for you lot. Because you've got Declan. You've got Declan Rice who can sit in front of that defence, shield the defence, move the ball. Then you've got Bellingham, who's one of the great young talents of the English game, who can progress the ball forward to link up with Bruno. Imagine Bellingham Bruno link up. Fuck me. Like that is an insane link up. And yes, Bellingham may be a Klopp target, but Klopp is also run by FSG, so
that's true.
Yeah. Also, didn't Klopp ask for a centre back? He got given Ben Davies and Kabak on loan. Yeah, thank you. But he asked for a centre back, remember? But he asked for a centre back, didn't he? And realistically, if you're Jurgen Klopp, you walk up to your board and go, I want a centre back. You normally go get a better fucking centre back than fucking Ozan Kabak and Ben Davies, don't you? Surely thinking logically, if I was at FSG and I've got Jurgen Klopp, I'm like, what, the most successful Liverpool manager you've had in God knows how many years? It's like, well, if he wants fucking, a centre back, I'll go get him one. So Liverpool ain't signing him.
Right. Yeah, okay, so we're going to move on. And like I said, we kind of mentioned it. We're going to talk about Rashi. He's finally back in training a bit earlier compared to schedule, obviously. Schedule-wise, he should be back about a month later.
It's about right.
No, listen. He's expected to come back at the start of October, right? But he's a few weeks early, right? That's what they were saying. And he would come back probably about the Liverpool game at the end of the month, right? Of October. So, like,
it was only did he only have a shoulder operation?
It was shoulder surgery.
Did he sort out his ankle at the same time, or?
We don't know that, but like photos, we can see the photos, and you're right. Like I said, he has definitely had leg day for the last 2 months. To be fair,
he couldn't do arm days, so he decided, fuck it, leg day for me.
He must have linked up with Ronaldo and fucking Adama Traore. Like those two must have been like, here you go, Rashi. Here's my machines. Use these.
But Rashi's, and this is the problem for opposition, not for United. United don't really have a problem with Rashi. He's a quick fucker. Right? We all know that. Now that was with limited leg muscle. Right? He was a strong lad anyway, but that was limited leg muscle. Can you imagine what he can do now? His legs are the size of tree trunks. I don't think the right side of composure. But RJ he's always had composure. I mean, the boy.
But with the legs,
the boy. But the boy took a penalty against PSG. He's got more composure. He's got ice to his veins. Like he was 18, 19 at a time, taking a penalty in a Champions League last 16 against PSG to knock him out at the fucking Parc des Princes, Paris or whatever. Like that boy's got more composure than you care to imagine. If I was a right back looking at Rashford, I'm like, pray to the Lord. This is gonna be a long game. But yeah, it's what I mean. Sancho's actually in a bit of trouble because
I don't think so.
I do.
No, I think I'll tell you why. Because I feel like the transfer of Ronaldo has saved Sancho because all eyes are now on Ronaldo and not on Sancho.
No, I get that, but I'm talking about getting into the team. I don't see where Sancho fits.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, when Rashi comes back and if he performs, I don't know if Sancho starts. I agree, because I do agree that Greenwood does need to start. I think he deserves starting place with Ronaldo.
It would be criminal if he didn't start. I mean, the form he's in. I love Greenwood as much as the next day, but I mean, we all know that. But I mean, take the bias out of it. He's your on par with Bruno. No need to ban Velvet for that. I mean, did Newcastle hire out Old Trafford today?
No. Wait, what was the end score of that? I was watching a tiny bit of it, and then I 1-1.
I don't know. I was watching Cali stream. If you haven't seen Cali on Twitch, make sure you go check him out. It was a fantastic stream. Arsenal fan as well. One of the sound ones though. Yeah.
Right. So what I'm going to say. Right. So Kenny, what's your opinions on this? Like I said, Niall has definitely given his opinions and clearly loves the bottom half of Rashford. What's your opinion?
Top half is also just as good. Just saying.
Yeah. Keep it to the judge, mate. Keep it to the judge. Anyway, go on, Kenny. Go on. What's your opinion, mate?
Honestly, I think with that added leg power and with that shoulder fixed, he's going to be a monster now. I mean, the numbers he put up last season, having that shoulder injury and the ankle problem, was insane. First half of this.
No, he had a back injury as well.
Oh yeah. Back
he had more injuries. He had more injuries than I had hot dinners last year. Like, bless the poor guy.
Yeah,
he had more injuries than Liverpool. Right?
He still put up big numbers. I mean, God bless Arsenal.
RJ, you just did Liverpool dirty there, bro.
I don't give a fucking shit.
He had more injuries on his one body than the entire Liverpool defense.
He did probably, and he still did better than all of them. Like fucking bastard. Yeah. Anyway, no, right. So yeah, like I said, go on. Sorry about that, Kenny. Go on.
So I think he's going to be an absolute monster when he comes back. I mean, oh my Arsenal. When he faces Arsenal, Ben White again.
No, it'd be that Shatumi or that right back.
It'll be Tommy Asu.
Tommy Asu, yeah. I couldn't say his name. He's
but
actually not bad.
Can I have permission to quickly smoke Velvishwan, please?
Please, yeah, go on.
Thank you. So it's this comment here. Bellingham is mates with Liverpool players. Sancho is a Chelsea fan. So is Luke Shaw. Ziyech is a United fan.
Grealish was a United fan.
Yeah, Grealish was a United fan. Bellingham is. Hold on. Saka's mates with Luke Shaw. I mean, this whole crap. It means fuck all. At the end of the day, it's whoever puts the money. So if Manchester United put the money on the table to go get Jude Bellingham, they'll get him. Liverpool, if you do somehow manage to sell enough cakes in your cake sales to buy Bellingham, you get Bellingham. It's very simple. Football, take away the emotion of, I'm mates with this guy, so I'm going to go with him.
Yeah.
Right? At the end of the day, that's no longer football. Football is no longer a part of that. And Velvishwan, you're an idiot.
Right.
But
Kenny,
sorry, I just wanted to speak.
No, that's fine. To be fair, he gets smoked by himself, to be fair, every single day. But anyway, go on. Go on, Kenny.
I think when he comes back, he's definitely going to be straight into our best front three. I do worry for Sancho because Greenwood, there's no getting Greenwood out of that front three. There's no getting Ronaldo out of that front three. And Rashford, when he comes back, should be incredible because he's going to put up big numbers. And the best part is when Rashford actually comes back in our hardest run with Liverpool, City, Spurs, all that. He comes in our hardest run, which is even better. So yeah, it's at the perfect time, and honestly, he will. I think he will smoke every defense this season. He will get like
one question I'll ask, right? And I'm genuinely serious about this. Can you see Ronaldo starting every Premier League game and every Champions League game?
No, because Ollie. So no. So he's got
who? Who do you start over?
RJ. He's got a knee injury. He's had a knee injury since 2000. Ronaldo. Ronaldo has had a niggling knee injury since I think 2017. So because he regularly gets his knees iced, so he has to. I think he's had a knee injury for 4 years. So he's managed, right? He gets managed. So he'll play. He'll play a lot of the games. I'm not saying Ronaldo's not going to play most of the games. He'll play a lot of your games, but you've also got to remember you have got Cavani who's going to play games as well. Right, Cavani
he's still out for a while.
But Cavani will still come the back end of the season. Ironically, actually, this might be a good thing because it means you'll have a fresh Cavani coming back for the last part of the season. Exactly. Who can integrate with Ronaldo. Ronaldo won't play every game. That would be absurd, and Ollie would be an idiot. Now, after what I've just said, Ollie Gunnar Solskjaer, idiotic, could happen. But no, I don't think you should. I think, for me, Ronaldo links up. I think Ronaldo rotates to Cavani, probably rotates to Greenwood at the moment. If Ronaldo needs a day off, Greenwood goes up into number 9. Martial, go play with Lego for the next year because you're not playing a football match. You're fucked.
Agreed.
So no, for me, no, Ronaldo won't play every game. He'll play the big games, of course. He'll play the Champions League games. He'll play the big games in the Premier League. All of that. He won't play Carabao Cup games. Not a chance. You'll play Greenwood up front, or heck, even Martial might get a game up top. But no, he'll play a lot of games. But you got Cavani who also wants to.
This one is actually very interesting. I think Tunachi will join Real Madrid, right to Man United. That gives us a free run at Bellingham. So he's Chelsea, obviously, because Liverpool won't play what they want. That's true. They won't. And the thing about...
No, the Liverpool bit, Ciaran doesn't go Real Madrid because they've just signed Camavinga. Real Madrid next year, they're busy anyway because they're going to get Mbappe on a free and they're signing Haaland. Real Madrid are busy enough as it is next year. They They haven't got time to mess around with Tchouaméni. I can see Tchouaméni or Kessie. I think a lot of people are sleeping on Kessie. I think Kessie could go.
Spurs. He's already reported to Spurs. Spurs have offered him.
You're fucking joking.
Yeah, $9 million contract already given to him, and he's really thinking about it because AC Milan are not going to give him anything more than 8. And Spurs
but they can't do that until January. They can't get a pre-contract until January.
Yeah, I know. But United are not. He's not on United's radar.
No. I wouldn't. I'm not saying for United. You're not getting Kessie Jesus, although it would be a great sign for you because he's a fucking tank. Kessie I think Kessie or Tchouaméni goes to Chelsea. I think I think Chelsea's in that situation where I think they will be redoing their midfield next year. Yeah. But they ain't gonna do wholesale changes. I can see Tchouaméni or Kessie going to Chelsea, because that works. I think to replace Kovacic. They'll keep Jorginho, keep Kante, then they'll have Tchouaméni come in. They might bring back Gilmore.
I think they will, yeah.
Or they'll move Mount back to an 8, which I think is naturally where Mount's going to end up. So I don't actually see where right now Bellingham gets in. So actually, if United are going to need to get a right back next year, because Wan-Bissaka's fucked. He's done out here. Right, you've given him long enough.
I don't think
No. He is done out here. You have given him.
What do you mean done out here? Right. What do you mean done out here?
He is one of the best one-on-one defenders, but his positioning and his ability is below par. And we'll get into that in a minute because I'm going to roast you for young boys. But you need a right back. I think you need a centre mid.
No, I do. I do agree. We need a right back.
Where else do you need? You don't need strikers because you've got Ronaldo.
I would say no. We also need probably another. I wouldn't say. I'd probably say like another CDM because we'd probably get rid of Matic. Matic is getting old enough as it is.
You might do, but bare minimum, you're going to get one midfielder, maybe 2. Yeah. I can see United getting a couple, maybe 1 or 2 midfielders. Actually, I can see getting 1 midfielder and bringing back James Garner back next year. I can see that, but he's just signed a new contract, hasn't he? So maybe I think you'll get 1 DM, so I think you'll probably end up going to get Rice. Then you'll bring back Garner. That'll work quite well. I think you'll get. I think you need a right back. I really do.
I agree. But I
want to see Dalot give him some time because look, he might not be the greatest defender of all time, but I want to see what he can do. What's the risk? No, what? He's going to play your next Champions League game, guaranteed. Wan-Bissaka's going to be sitting at home. So. Give him the Carabao Cup games. Give him a couple of Champions League games. Give him a couple of Prem games against lesser sides. Why not? What have you got to lose? Right? Because you never know. He's been at AC Milan, so he's grown up now. Not grown up. That's probably the wrong word, but he's matured. Yeah, he's got more experience, matured. Give him a go. Might save you a bit of dollar. But other than those 2 positions. Yeah. Your cam is sorted. Your right wing is pretty much sorted with Sancho, Greenwood, Diallo. Actually, Greenwood, Sancho, Diallo now. Your left wing, you got Rashi. Maybe you'll need to get another one. If you sell Martial, I think he needs a season-long loan, a bit like Garner.
I know. What's his name? Oh, Alanga. I think Alanga at the top. Is he not on loan? This season, yes, but next season, keep him.
Put him as a backup. Where's he gone on loan?
Let me look. See. No, actually, no. I think he stayed because I think all.
Then he'll need a loan as well. Unfortunately,
Alanga. No, he's still United.
Yeah, so
both under 23s.
Both of those 2 are going to need season-long loans for me. Maybe you sell Martial, use that money to go get another one. If I was United, I would have sold Martial instead of Dan James. That's just personal opinion.
That's what I said as well. I would have said that.
You'd have got more. Money for Martial.
We got a 40 million. But this is what I will tell you, right? Under Ronaldo, James will learn a lot, right? Because let's be real, I wouldn't say they have a lot in common, but you do take in consideration.
I wouldn't necessarily.
No, when Ronaldo came to the club,
I wouldn't say learn a lot, but for me, James is a harder worker. No, well, he will obviously learn. Every player learns every single year, but obviously he would have learned with Ronaldo. Everyone fucking is, RJ. It's like that's like saying I take a piss. Well, of course you do. That's Mother Nature. Of course, Dan James learns from Ronaldo. Fucking anyone would.
No,
right?
That's not.
But the reason I would have kept James is because he's a hard worker. He's much harder. He works much harder than Martial. And he can play on both flanks. I don't think that this whole Martial is number 9. I think is everyone agreed that experiment is finished now?
I want to experiment. Go fuck away.
That's so that experiment has been put in the safe, and that will never be reopened ever again. So realistically,
Ollie will try and find a way to open it. He probably will.
He's serious. He can't because Ronaldo's ahead of him, Greenwood's ahead of him, and Cavani's ahead of him.
Or even put Rashi ahead of him, to be fair, as well.
I'd even put Bruno ahead of him in the
the false line. Yeah.
Like literally, everyone's ahead of fucking Martial. Fuck it, even give De Gea a go. Why not? Because Martial, he's fucked. But no, I'd have kept Dan James. I think Dan James offers you more in terms of hard work ethic, all of this stuff. But yeah, I'd have got rid of.
It's not just that, right? What I will tell you, right, is genuine. This is what I will tell you. When Ronaldo came to the club, he was a young player, right? A lot of potential.
He was a scrawny little fucker. He was.
Yeah, he had a lot of skill. He was very fast. Didn't know how to finish. Kind of similar to Dan James in a sense, right?
His game management was some of the worst you ever see.
Honestly, it was.
At one point, I thought Gary Neville was going to kill him. Literally, you got Gary Neville, who's had David Beckham in front of him. You know, the game management, knows what he's doing, knows when to use skills, knows when not to. Neville, I was like, oh my god, Neville actually might kill him. But it was Fergie who was like, no, just kick him in training. Literally, because I swear I read, didn't I, that Ronaldo used to just get booted in training.
No, he would,
absolutely booted.
And he would learn, and that's why he's the player that he is today. He's one of the greatest because of that. Do you know what I mean?
Because of Fergie.
We'll talk about that at the end, right, bro? Wait, against Newcastle. Oh, you mean against for West Ham? You mean you probably mean against West Ham? I wouldn't. Wait, the same one for Newcastle, because no, we're gonna have Fred in because he is a Fred fetish.
How far away is McTominay? How far away is he?
He's about another month, I believe. He's not back yet. Yeah, sadly, I want him back so bad.
It'd be better than. I mean, when I talk of improvement, it's not a major improvement, but it's a somewhat of an improvement. McTominay and Pogba seems to work. The thought of that seems to work a bit better than whatever you do with Fred.
Well, I'll genuinely say this: like, if I was Ollie, right, and McTominay's come back in a month's time, I wouldn't play him until December, and I'll tell you why. Because I'd have him. Yeah, no, I'll tell you why. I'd have him and Matic every single day for the next 2 months working together, like on CDM position, so that McTominay can become a better CDM. Because realistically, he's 24 years old.
Yeah, but
he's 6'4". He's fucking very good in the air.
Haven't you got all your big games though in October, November?
Yeah, but the thing is, how I see it is.
Are you really going to want to play Fred against Chelsea?
Are you going to rush him?
No, of course you wouldn't rush him.
Or maybe what we could do is like for that time period, we could still play him, right? What I would say was, on that time period, let Matic teach him more ways of being a CDM. Because let's be real, at Chelsea, he was one of the best CDMs with.
Has that not been done already? Have they not tried doing that already?
They're continuing, I do believe. But he's injured right now. But when he comes back, I think he should. I'd even say Carrick. I think Carrick should take full control of McTominay.
This is what I mean when I don't understand when you've got Michael Carrick who completely understands what you need from a midfielder. I don't understand how you've got Michael Carrick and you haven't fixed your midfield. Like how when Michael Carrick knows exactly what Manchester United need. They need Michael Carrick, right? It's clear as day. And Michael Carrick, who can shield that defense, do the dirty work, progress the ball. It's what you need. But how can Michael Carrick not see this?
I don't know. I think he has been working with them. I just think that the fact that he got an injury so early on in the season, I think that's why he pulled back a good while. Anyway, look, we kind of talked about that.
Fred's no hope. Got no hope of improvement.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, I nearly got suspended on Twitter for fucking. I
swear half our group chat gets suspended because Genie's like can't get hold of Genie. Reese is, I'm pretty sure, being suspended.
Why did he get suspended? I wonder, but
Reese always gets suspended. He's probably gone for something.
Sure. Anyway,
Matt got suspended for copyright, didn't he? Fucking
yeah.
Do you know where it was from?
Why?
It was from about a year ago, mate. He got it all removed for something that happened like over a year ago. It was fucking hilarious.
What? Wait, what did he get suspended for though? Do you remember?
I think he used a music video or something about a year ago. He got suspended copyright and I thought they were just like normally they just let you go, right, we'll delete the thing and you can
take that down.
back.
Yeah, you're grand. Yeah, exactly.
But now they full blown just like nuked his account. It's like brutal.
Okay.
Might want to nuke. You might want to nuke Fred as a midfielder, by the way.
Right. Anyway, we're going to talk about a certain game, the horror show. Now, thankfully, I was away from that, and I did not see that travesty. I did see the Ronaldo goal. I'll admit. And then I went to train, and I thought I was going to have a training session, but then I heard the bad news. First question I'm going to say, and we're not going to go into great depth because I'm not arsed. Right, we're starting with Kenny. Whose fault who should take the blame for that game? And realistically, how do we move away from this?
3 people. I would want to say I'll leave in a Solskjaer.
Okay.
Well, Jesse Lingard passed the ball for the last goal. So Jesse Lingard.
Okay, yeah, that's fair.
But less to an extent Jesse Lingard, because of course that's mainly all he's fault.
I was just about to say, you don't blame Lingard. There's 2 people.
I mean, Lingard deserves a bit of...
Lingard shouldn't... To be fair, Lingard shouldn't have even been on the pitch, if I'm being completely honest with you.
I don't know why he didn't bring on...
Can I just quickly say that you could have fixed this problem quite easily. I'll be very brief. So what you do when you get that red card, well, cool. I hear take off Sancho, bring on Dallo. That makes the most sense ever, right? Do that. So you chuck Dallo at right back, don't you? That seems logical. No issue there. Everything going well, right? You haven't got another right back to play right back. So, of course, you take off Sancho, bring on Dallo. Not a problem. Sancho has had a bit of a tough start. That's fine. I understand that. Now, problem is what he does at half-time. Varane, I can understand bringing on Varane if you're taking off Lindelof, but I wouldn't have done that. I'd have left Lindelof on there.
I would have gone for back 3. I genuinely
No. That was your problem. That was your problem. So you should have left the back 4. Right? 4 defenders is how you normally defend with anyway, right?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Your 4 defenders should be able to keep out young boys. Am I correct? Excellent.
That makes sense.
Excellent. So far, it makes perfect sense what I'm saying. Midfield, you don't take off Donny, you take off Fred. You then bring on Matic. You put Matic into the midfield. Then you have Matic and Donny. You got Matic's experience, Donny's legs. Works perfectly. Donny had a good game, mind you, as well. One of a really good performance. I was really happy with Donny. Love what I saw. Now, you take off one of Pogba and Bruno. Now, for me, Pogba was having a bit of a shit game. So you take Pogba off, right? You take Pogba off, bring on Greenwood, right? Put Greenwood onto the right-hand side, move Bruno over to the left. Now, Kenny, I think, said, but Bruno's never played wing. I'm only asking him to play wing for 50 minutes. Well, not even that, 45 minutes.
But he's doing a better job than most players that we have.
Yeah, and look,
I mean, that pass was fucking...
Exactly. I'm not asking Bruno to play wing for the rest of his career. I'm asking Bruno to play wing for 45 minutes against young boys. He can do that, right? So you move Bruno onto the left, take off Pogba, bring on Greenwood. What does that give you? Well, it means that you have still got a big-ass focal point up forward. You've got Ronaldo, You've got then Greenwood and Bruno can run in behind. You've got legs, right? You've got something that young boys are afraid of. They are shitting themselves. They're like, fuck me, Ronaldo, Bruno, and Greenwood. I'm going to be sick. That's what they're thinking. They're like, fuck, this is brutal. So what that does mean is young boys having to sit a bit deeper. They're having to go a bit deeper because they're like, shit, if we do come up to the halfway line, Greenwood and Bruno are going to destroy us physically. And Ronaldo can pick out a pass to one of those two quite easily.
Yeah.
It means that, as I say, young or the other way around, whatever, however you want to view it, those three are they're gonna link together. It's gonna be a fucking brilliant night. It means young boys having to sit deeper, which means they can't squeeze you. If they can't squeeze you, it means you don't have to sit deeper. Right?
Yeah.
All you had to do was, yes, the red card is annoying. You take the 10 out. Right? You just take the 10 out. Cool. Don't play over 10. You bring on a bit more experience in terms of Matic, but instead of taking Donny off, you bring off Fred. Right? That means you've got players who can progress the ball upfield, because remember, without a 10, you're going to need someone who can pass that ball, progress the ball. Donny and Matic give you that ability. You then have that presence up front, which means you might even score more goals. Right? A 10-man United should be able to do a job against young boys, and you should, especially Ronaldo, be able to sneak a couple of goals in. Right? With Greenwood probably comes in. And don't forget, young boys are probably like, fuck me, how do we deal with Greenwood again? Oh, shit, yeah, he can go that way, or he can cut in. Ah, fuck. By the time they've made up their mind, Greenwood's already done what he wants to do. And he's either shot from he's either cut inside and had a shot, or he's just driven past them and put a ball on Ronaldo's head. 9 out of 10 times, if that's happening, Ronaldo's scoring a goal. So this is what I mean. Yeah. You should have just done that. That the whole moving to a back three, and then those substitutions in the second half, I was speechless. Right? Why the fuck are you taking off Bruno and Ronaldo? Like, what the fuck? And you're bringing on Matic and Lingard.
Yeah.
I understand if you want to take off Ronaldo, that's fine. Replace him with Greenwood. Right? Give yourself something up front. Right? Give yourself someone who can play up front as a striker. Give you a bit of a focal point. Because what's Lingard want to do? He wants to drop deep. He wants to get the ball from midfield. He's a midfielder. Right? He wants to drop deep. What's Greenwood want to do? Run. He wants to score. I mean, Ollie tactically had an absolute fucking mare. It was Ole Gunnar Solskjaer completely fucked up. Absolutely fucked right up. Wan-Bissaka's an idiot, of course, but actually, I don't blame Wan-Bissaka. Yeah, of course, it was a shocking tackle. It was stupid. I blame Ollie, though. It's Ollie's fault. Like, unfortunately to say, if that was any other team, if that was City, Liverpool, Chelsea, they still win that game. Because the managers, when Chelsea went down to 10 men against Liverpool, did he bring off Lukaku? No. What does having Lukaku up front give you? Gives you a presence. It gives you something to aim for. What did Ollie do? He took his thing off. Right? He took his focal point, his main man. He took off and replaced it in midfielders. Yeah. Ollie tried sitting back against young boys, and ultimately he didn't learn from Istanbul. Different situations, but he didn't learn.
Yeah, I mean, Kenny, do you have anything to add to that, or can we move on to the next topic?
I'm just going to say, I mean, putting Ronaldo off for Lingard is just an absolute mare, because the thing Ronaldo brings you is you can have an absolute shocker of a game, but then just one moment, bang, gets the ball in the net. You didn't have a shot after the 29th or 23rd minute. Exactly. You didn't, RJ, you didn't have a shot after the 23rd minute.
I don't know how we did.
I think they had 19 shots, mind you.
17, yeah.
17 v2 against young boys. Mm-hmm. I mean, Ollie might want to buck his ideas right up, because if he has any more of those, I don't know if you can keep him.
I agree with you.
But I think RJ wants to move on because I think he's about to try and kill himself if we keep talking about young boys.
Yeah, man, fuck off. Like, I don't want to talk about Gilfie's favorite club, man. Anyway, we're going to talk about Ollie in or out. Now, this has been a fucking... And this is genuine. I'm so sick of this fan base, man, because we're the most hypocritical fan base of all fucking time.
Can I just say, you know where all of this comes from, right?
Where?
The terrace. Have you noticed that every time you... Every time you lose, Ollie out is in the title. I think, was it Matt that showed us? Or
Matt, yeah, it was.
Yeah, he said Ollie out already. It's like... It comes from the terrace, I'm afraid. They are literally the cancer of your fan base.
No, and I'll tell you this now, right? And I'll start this off, right?
Not even Goldbridge is that bad, for fuck's sake. He's an absolute tool.
Look, this is what I will say, right? The fact that people are saying Ollie out after one shitty game, like people say, oh, but he had a shit game against Wolves. Newsflash, if we bring in someone else, you're gonna turn on them in 18 months' time. Realistically, when they're not giving you Champions League after Champions League, you're gonna turn your back on them. You're not gonna like them, and you're gonna say, "Oh, get them out, get a new manager." That's not how shit works here, right? Ollie's now been on a process, and if you've been on this process, literally, like me, who nearly tried to fucking stop watching football back then, we literally had Andres Pereira, Fred, and fucking Matic in our midfield. That trio is the most cancerous trio I've ever seen in football, and
that is literally terrible.
That is literally, that should be illegal to play that shit football in fucking Premier League. And I do say illegal, kind of like a certain someone did back then. But while I'm telling you this now, right? While I'm telling you this, I'm telling you this now.
Right? Playing Fred in midfield is like drop kicking a baby in a supermarket.
Anfield, by the way, man. Jesus Christ.
Yeah. I don't know where RJ gone. He was like mid flow. He just fucked off. I can't even remember what he was saying. Oh, Ollie in, Ollie out. It's a tough one.
I know you're Ollie out.
No, it's not Ollie out. It's a tough one.
Ollie shaking.
Right, apologies for that.
That's right.
Right, so like I said, if you really want to take in consideration, right, let me get Ollie's first team when he started out at United. Now, I'll tell you this now. This team, right?
Yeah, but it's not even about that. But I have reasons.
No, but listen, right? So
I'm not Ollie out just yet. Like, I'll give him a little bit more time.
Yeah,
patience is wearing thin, though.
Right. This is what I'm going to tell you now, right? We've come a long way, right? And people need to understand, right, that we're not finished yet, right? This is genuinely how I feel, right? We're not finished yet, right? We are getting better. Like I said, this is the first time ever, 2 seasons in a row, we've finished in the top 4 since Fergie, right? Jose didn't do it, and Jose is apparently better than Fergie, which he isn't. We had Van Gaal, who, let's be real, he is a very, very good manager back in his day, but he does not fit the United system. That's why, like I said, for Netherlands, he fits that system because he's been manager twice. He knows how it works. And he will get the results for them, right? Now, to say that get Conte or Zidane is the most hypocritical thing, and it just shows like those are the same people who said, "Oh yeah, let's get Pochettino, let's get him. He's a great manager, isn't he? Fucking can't even beat Club Bruges with Messi, Neymar, and Mbappe up top. How can you do that?
To be fair, the issue if you get rid of Ollie is there isn't a manager out there that
exactly, yeah,
that is good enough. Because I think if I was to name the 3 best managers in the league and say Pep, Klopp, Tuchel, everyone would agree.
Yeah,
right?
100%, yeah.
Cool. There isn't anyone else. Maybe Nagelsmann, but still, he's just got Bayern Munich anyway. No, Nagelsmann would have been a good. Nagelsmann would have been a good.
No, because the thing is now, taking him is pretty much taken like, and I'm not going to be offensive to him. It's pretty much taken David Moyes because he's inexperienced in another league like that.
Yeah.
He's not at the highest level.
I agree. Look, I agree with you. I'm just saying that Nagelsmann could be up there, but again, you're gonna hit that issue of that issue of the inexperience. I think that's going to cause you a bit of a problem. Zidane for me isn't good enough tactically.
I agree. Conte isn't good
I think
in Europe or even in the fucking league.
No, I think Conte's amazing, but he's everything Manchester United is. Conte is incredible. He's a great manager, but he's not what United. He's not what United are about. I mean, ultimately, United are about bringing through the youth, playing attacking football. Why the fuck hire Conte? Why the fuck hire Conte? Conte is a man.
Conte is a man who literally started actually young, like 34-year-old actually young.
I agree. Look, Conte, if you want to play defensive football, he'll be successful, no doubt about that. He would win you a Prem, maybe he'd sneak you a League Cup or an FA Cup, right? But the thing is, you'd go through the same process as you did with Mourinho.
Mm-hmm.
You win a few trophies, your club by the end of it is a complete and utter fucking mess. The thing is, Ollie needs to improve tactically and improve fucking quickly. Right? He really does, because what you saw against Villarreal was a joke. Ollie takes blame for that and needs to sort his shit out. What I saw against Young Boys was more of the same. Ollie, and if I can see it, and I'm a YouTuber for fuck's sake, I expect Ole Gunnar Solskjaer to be able to see what I see, which is that midfield was overrun by young boys, for fuck's sake. You didn't have a shot after 23, 27 minutes. Like, that's a fucking joke. For me, Ole needs to improve. And yes, of course, United have improved you in a much better situation. But for me, I'm not Ole out. I think Ole can still be successful, but Ole needs to improve really fucking quickly. Because, as I said, what I saw against Villarreal, what I saw against Young Boys was tactical disasters. He cannot do that anymore. What Ollie needs to do, and it's about bravery, right? It's about, ultimately, it's about how brave Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is. If I'm Ollie, am I brave enough to still play the back four against Young Boys, right? Am I still going to be able to do that? Am I brave enough? Yes, that's the question I ask. Yes, I am. Because I am confident enough that even if I take out my 10, I should still be able to defend well against Young Boys. Should still be able to keep a clean sheet. It's about bravery. And for me, Ollie's not brave enough. And you think about his substitutions. His substitutions are a joke, right? And ultimately, what was Ole Gunnar Solskjaer? Super sub. Ollie knows exactly what you need from a fucking sub. Why can't he ever make good subs? These are legit questions. He was a super sub. RJ, what was Ole Gunnar Solskjaer most famous for doing under Alex Ferguson? I'll give you a clue. It wasn't it wasn't fucking starting games, was it? Ollie rarely started games. What did Ollie do?
Yeah.
He analysed the match. He sat on the bench, watched the games, and actually understood how to break them down. Why is the players that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer brings off the bench ever make an impact? Apart from the glaringly obvious, when you brought on Cavani against Southampton, well, that's obviously going to have an impact. You'd be stupid not to think that. Ollie, for me, doesn't make good enough subs, and I think that's an issue that ultimately is going to cost him. At some point, if he doesn't sort his shit out, it will cost him. And no, you definitely don't need Roy Keane. But
I know, but that'd be such a vibe.
You need the bravery. You are.
Oh no, you do. No, you do.
You need Ollie. I think if Ole Gunnar Solskjaer could be braver, Ollie would be perfect. Ollie's got to sort his shit out though, because ultimately he will cost himself.
And I'll say this now, right? I do think that we should keep Ollie, right? I do think he is on a mission, right? We all are. And I mean, to be fair, like I said, Liverpool went through this mission with Klopp. Chelsea rarely do this because
ultimately there's no one really better. There's no one. And when I say better,
right? I was only joking as well, man. I was only joking.
And when I say better, I don't mean just a little bit better. I mean heads and shoulders better. Like Klopp is head and shoulders are better than Ollie. So is Tuchel. So is Pep. There's no one else really heads and shoulders above Ollie, right? I can't. Poch is Ollie, right? Poch is Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. No. It's fair to say that, but Poch is
fair to say.
No. It is fair to say because they are the same, right? Neither have won anything of sort with their clubs.
I'll let you know. Ollie's won 2 Norwegian Cups.
No,
so
RJ. When I say of sorts with their club, I mean Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has never won anything of importance in the Premier League or in England. So they are the same. And ultimately, you could even argue that Ole might be a better fit than fucking Poch at United. Mm-hmm. I don't rate Poch. I think he's forward. But ultimately, there's no one heads and shoulders above. So what is the point of getting someone who may be marginally better? Because for marginally better, you're not... For marginally better... Exactly. You're not guaranteed what you're getting. And you're not guaranteed that he'll fit what Ole's trying to do at United, if that makes sense. So the only reason you get rid of Ole is if you know that there's someone out there that is much better than Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, that can deliver you what you want, but plays similar to Ole. Because I think ultimately, whilst Ole hasn't been successful in terms of trophies, I look at this United side and it's more likeable. Right? You like this side a bit more. You look at Greenwood, Ronaldo, Sancho, Rashford, Bruno. There's more to like. And ultimately, if you brought in a Zidane, will Zidane want Greenwood? Will Zidane want Rashford? What's Zidane's philosophy? I don't know. And ultimately, yes, he won a lot with Real Madrid, but we have to remember they had an incredible team. But what did we also see? Well, he froze out Bale. No one has ever been frozen out. He
froze out Odegaard as well.
And Odegaard, but no one.
I don't want to mention
exactly, and that's the thing. I can't. Can you tell me one player that Ole has frozen out of United of recent? Because I've never heard of anyone. I've never heard of the murmurs that there's an unhappy camp. I think everyone still respects Ole within the camp. The United camp, that is. I mean, the thing is, I don't think Zidane is... Of course, Zidane might be a little bit better, but does Zidane guarantee you what you need? No. So, ultimately, just wait till... Hey, if Pep's really pissed off City and he is looking for an out, go get Pep. Just pure shithousery, just go sign Pep. I don't know if RJ's frozen or he's thinking. Like, I genuinely... Has RJ frozen or is he...
He's frozen.
What about you, Kenny? Are you Ole in, Ole out? Whilst we wait for RJ to fix his internet?
Well, for now, I think I'm remaining Ole in because, well, obviously, one game isn't going to change my mind. I know some people say it's more than one game, but I was only up until that point. I'm not going to be Ole out yet. I think sacking him in September would be just utterly clueless. It's September. It's just the start of the season. Last season we lost 6-1 to Spurs and won an amazing run. So I think definitely wait until the season finishes first, and then wait to see the managers available. But I personally think that Ole. I think that the problem with Ole at the moment is that he can have a few good games, but then he just has one absolutely disastrous game. So, for example, last season he had that Wolves good game, and then Villarreal tactical disaster has got completely outclassed. This season, of course, beat Newcastle 4-1. Then what's it called? Young Boys tactical, but even more. That's because fucking all of them absolute meh. But honestly, I think that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, I don't think he's a bad manager. I think he's not the greatest manager in the world, but I think for now he can be what steers United forward. And I think the best thing about Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is that even if he gets sacked, even if he's not the right man, he's left an amazing team that with signing can easily win trophies if a new manager comes in. And then once managers are available, say maybe with shouts like Pep Guardiola at United, who knows? Yeah,
maybe we'll go to some comments. Ravi says, but what is Ole going to win for you? Second place or top four is not progressing. It's progression from what United have been of recently, hasn't it? Is that there is that progression?
I think Mourinho was in 12th.
Oli is not bold and does not take risks. It's one of the issues. AC Milan manager is better than Oli. He may be, but is he heads and shoulders? And that is the question I'm asking. Right? Is there a manager that is heads and shoulders better than Oli? Because I don't think there is. Obviously, yes, you can say the likes of Tuchel, Klopp, Pep, of course, but they've all got clubs, right? There isn't anyone who is heads and shoulders above Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. There are better managers, but they are not managers that guarantee you success. They're not managers that guarantee you what you want or what you need. So ultimately, those do matter. Ravi says, "Get Big Sam. He will win you all 4 trophies. He would. Big Sam would be a fucking no." Ravi says, "What about Diego Simeone?" No. I don't think he doesn't fit United. You need to ask, right? What are United looking for as a manager? Well, what they're looking for is someone who can play attacking football, progress the youth, and entertain. Ultimately, the manager's job at United is to entertain. Simeone, very similar to Conte, would want to play defensive football, would want to Greenwood, the likes of Greenwood and all that probably don't get much of a look in. So no, I don't think Diego Simeone would be a good fit at all. Niall, I think his squad gets Oli out of trouble, but ultimately so does every other squad. I mean, Salah gets Klopp out of trouble. De Bruyne and Pep's attack gets him out of trouble when needed. I look at Tuchel, Lukaku gets him out of trouble now. You need the best players. I mean, this whole myth of you need players.
Eric Guardiola's angry.
Yeah, of course he's angry. He's fuming.
He just said, have you seen what he said? He said, if Manchester City's are mad, come fight me. All 6 of them, I don't care.
Yeah. No, you're right. He is furious.
Get him in at United, innit?
Yeah. We'll carry on with some of the things whilst we wait for RJ to come back, if he ever does come back. Maybe him freezing was him walking away. But the next one he wanted to talk about was some fans wanting Conte or Zidane. We've just touched on that, Kenny, but do either of those names interest you? Would you want a Conte? Would you want a Zidane? Do any of those excite you?
Well, of course, I know about Conte more than Zidane, because of course Conte was in the Premier League at one point. Zidane wasn't, quite frankly. I think Conte, honestly, I mean, I was discussing it at one stream with you, but he does play defensive football. I mean, 5 at the back would be disastrous at United. I mean, fucking no. And honestly, he's not. I don't think he's what's needed at United. I think he's definitely better than Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, but not. He didn't play the football that we need to play. With Zidane, I don't know as much because he's not played in not managed in the Premier League. But from what I've seen of him in the Champions League, of course, in the press, from what I've seen of Real Madrid, he's not defensive, but he relied heavily on Ronaldo. He never really had a great league finish, and he throws out a lot of players. Bale, Odegaard, two examples, of course. So no, I wouldn't want either of them. I'll be honest. I don't think either are really necessary in United.
Yeah, I'm very similar to yourself. I alluded to this earlier, and I am sort of repeating myself again. I don't think either of these are heads and shoulders better. As I said, when you look at a new manager, you want that guarantee. When City went and got Pep, when City went and got Pep, they were guaranteed success because that's what Pep brings you. Pep brings you that guarantee of success. When Liverpool brought in Klopp, they were guaranteed some success. Maybe, the success that they did get, maybe they weren't guaranteed that. They were guaranteed some success. I mean, Klopp, if you look at his days at Dortmund, what he was able to achieve, he was a good manager. They guaranteed something. He was guaranteed that project as well. When Chelsea brought in Tuchel, they were guaranteed something. No one really thought that Chelsea would, get that Champions League. No one really thought that they would go that far. But you were guaranteed to get success by the end of the project. What I'm now saying now is the three best managers in the world are taken by three big clubs in the Premier League. Ultimately, the managers linked: Conte, Zidane, Poch. Right, so let's go through them. Conte wants to play defensive football, won't want to really progress the youth. Will probably destroy the project that Oli was creating. Therefore, not a good enough fit. Zidane, I think there's still a lot of questions tactically whether a Zidane can do it tactically. That there is that question out there. So ultimately, that's one issue you've got. That's issue number two. And then Poch. Well, what is Poch? Well, Poch is currently at PSG with Mbappe, Neymar, and Messi, and they look no better than they did last season. You've brought in fucking Galactico team. You brought in Ramos, you brought in Gini Wijnaldum, Hakimi, Messi, Donnarumma, and you still don't look much better. Poch, for me, is not the answer. Poch is very similar to Oli in terms of what they've done and their success. So no, for me, I don't think there's a manager out there. Ultimately, as sort of what Daniel says, they aren't the manager. They aren't the managers Manchester United need, and ultimately the manager that United need is a Pep, is a Klopp, is a Tuchel, and all of those are at different clubs at this precise moment. So there is that sort of issue. So yeah,
I'd say to United, keep an eye on the Pep situation. That's what I'd say.
Yeah, of course, keep an eye on the Pep situation, because if he does leave and he doesn't want to take a break and he does sort of want to give them the middle finger, then bring in Pep. Why wouldn't you? I mean, if Pep becomes available, you'd be stupid to turn him down. Really stupid. I fear though that if Pep was to leave, he'll probably end up at PSG, because PSG, I think I can see them sacking Poch quite fucking soon if he carries on with this crap. And does the lure of working with Messi again interest Pep? Yeah, probably it does. There's also the lure of the players he'll be working with, the likes of Hakimi, the likes of Donnarumma and Mbappe and Neymar and Di Maria and Herrera. Does that excite Pep? Does that thought of I could win a Champions League again? Does that impact? Does that lure make him want to do it? Yeah, it probably does. Let's be fair. But yeah, that's that really. For me, I do think that that they need that. Ravi says, no, do United need someone unknown as manager? So there is not so much pressure on him. No. Why? No. If you're going to get rid of Oli, you need to get someone better than Oli, right? That's ultimately what you need to do. You need someone better. That is what you need. But Kenny, what about you? Do you think an unknown manager would be helpful, or do you think you need someone better than Oli?
If it's an unknown manager, then it's just a 50-50. Because he could win us a league, but he could very easily just slip us down to 7th, and then we're in a shit situation again, and then we're gonna have that tiny rebuild. I'm just gonna touch on this. United, every single new manager we've had, United fans have turned on them. We've sacked them. We've got a new manager in, and it's just not worked out. That is going to happen again if we sack Ole right now, or if we sack Ole when we don't need it, because it's just I don't see the point in sacking Ole at this moment in time. I mean, look at all these managers we've had. Look at what's happened after. of course, we needed Mourinho, Louis van Gaal out, but did we really? I think the problem is we've had all these new managers, we've had all these managers going out, but none of these managers have worked out. Ole is probably the best manager since Fergie left at United. I know Mourinho and Louis van Gaal, of course, are better. I'm probably Mourinho as well. But at United, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, I think, has had that. Not any trophies, but I mean, you got to keep in mind that Jose Mourinho was also here for 2 of those years without any trophies at United. It wasn't just Ole for the whole 4 years. So honestly, I don't know manager would not be good, but I think any manager that's available right now, unless Pep comes available, isn't good. And I'd say on Pep, just go as quickly as possible into that, and if he does become available. But I don't think he'll go to United, but if you try, then
no, I hear that. Ravi says, can a woman be a manager of men's team? Yeah, of course. I think Emma Hayes will make that jump quite easily, and I see it being somewhat soon. Big up to Jay. United better win at the weekend. We'll talk about that briefly in a second after we go through RJ's last topic. I don't know if he's coming back, Ronaldo, no doubt score. Much better performances required. What about Sarri? That I'm not even going to dignify that over response. To be honest with you. Hey bro, hope you are good. Yep. So RJ's last topic before obviously we talk briefly about the West Ham game is Pogba and Bruno's new contracts. Obviously, Mino Raiola has done his little talking expedition again. As Mino likes to do on a regular. Pogba likes Juventus. I don't really understand why you'd leave United to go to Juventus at this moment, because I think United are probably in a much better situation. But ultimately, it's not down to me to make that decision. It will be down to Paul Pogba. But Kenny, we'll talk Paul Pogba first. He's still not signed a contract. You can't sell him really unless someone's desperate to get him in January, which they won't. What do you see happening with Pogba? I mean, where could he go? Do you see him tying down another contract, or ultimately do you see him leaving?
There was actually a report from David Ornstein earlier this week.
Oh, that's always good. I'm guessing that's why RJ put this in then. I must have missed it.
It says Paul Pogba leaning towards signing a new United contract. Saturday had a major impact on 28-year-olds thinking over future. Many factors to consider, but now a genuine chance that once talks with you about an extension may follow. So that's very, very positive news from David Ornstein. Very, very right. So I think that's definitely why he's put that in there. And I mean, I
was wondering that I know why he's put Bruno. I saw the Bruno bit. I didn't see Pogba.
That is very, very promising. Keeping Ole at the club, not Ole. keeping Pogba at the club.
Just done an Ole out debate. He's stuck on Ole.
Keeping Pogba at the club is vital, because that also get probably saves us more money if Pogba stays at the club. Because if you think about it, Jude Bellingham, how much is he going to be, like 60, 70 million? That's 60, 70 million less we're going to have to pay next summer. And we can really focus on the really prioritizing the really big positions. So like a DM, a right back, and then a backup DM, and then just a few backups for depth. And then, I mean, I'll be honest, if United get a few depth players after getting a DM and a right back, then we're going to win the league easily in 2023. I don't think it's even a debate if we do get that in. And I mean, it's massive, massive news, that is. He's also, he's got 7 assists in 4 games. I mean, I don't know how I could come over any more than that. Fucking hell, that's absolutely crazy. Yeah, I know 4 of them were against Leeds, but still, I think what's the record for the assists? Is it 20, 23? Something like that. I think he'll probably break that. I'll be honest. Not just because I'm biased, because he's got 7 assists in 4 games. He's already got a load of assists, so I don't see how he's gonna just bottle it at this point, unless he just goes in another one of these runs where he plays well, but has no assists or goals. I know last season he played well a lot and just didn't get a goal or assist. He got 1 goal and 3 assists or something. Not 1 goal, 2 goals and 4 assists, I believe. Fulham and Birmingham goals. But I think honestly, Pogba's absolutely vital. On Bruno, I mean, it was always going to happen. I don't think he's ever going to leave United willingly. I think if he does leave United, it would probably be maybe issues with the ball, issues with the manager, issues with the contract. Once this one does run out, but I don't think he'll ever, not for a few years at least, not for like until this new contract ends. I don't think Bruno will leave willingly because Bruno, you can tell he absolutely loves the club. He feels passionate for the club. Honestly, the thing that there's definitely going to be rumours for Bruno leaving Real Madrid. Oh, Real Madrid, £120 million Bruno. Yes, sort of. But honestly, I'm not shocked about Bruno.
Yeah. Well, Bruno's already got what 4 years left on his deal. So all Bruno's going to be getting is a pay rise, which of course he'll accept no problem. I don't see why he wouldn't accept a pay rise. It's a pay rise for an extra year. Oh well, okay, cool. I suppose I can do that. I mean, he's there till he's 30 anyway. So leaving, by the time you're 30, out of your prime, or you're coming out of your prime anyway. So he's there for his good years. Whether he likes it or not, I think he enjoys it there. Now Ronaldo's age, he enjoys it even more. But yeah, Pogba is always. It's interesting what comes out about Pogba. Be interesting to see what comes out about Bruno. I expect he'll be done quite soon.
What I also want to say is that read the comment first.
I was just about to say, JB was a mad game, could have gone either way. Now, would Emma Hayes do a job at United? She's a quality manager. Yes, but I don't think it would happen. I think she'd end up at maybe an Everton or someone of that ilk, a club of that ilk, because ultimately, I think they need. Ultimately, she'll need to prove herself, just like everyone else. But we'll see. It should be interesting. It will be interesting. Zidane at United, that's an interesting one. Again, I think interestingly is tactically similar. I think Pogba will go with Madrid or PSG, but if he signs a new contract, he might not. Respect now, another quality show. Love hearing you guys' views decent. Thank you, much appreciated. But before we wrap up, Kenny, because it would appear that RJ has completely lost his internet. Hopefully it's that, and he hasn't just walked off. I'd be a bit upset if that was the case. But Kenny, talk to me about West Ham. You've obviously got West Ham on Sunday at the London Stadium, but West Ham without Antonio. Do you think it'll be a similar lineup to what you played against Newcastle?
I think similar, but I don't think exactly the same.
Yeah. What changes do you think you'll make?
Honestly, for some weird reason, I just have a feeling that Wan-Bissaka is going to be benched and Dallow's going to play. Because I don't think the suspension goes into the thing, but I think Dallow's going to play. I think Ole just going to be like, Wan-Bissaka, you fucking know it. You've cost me the Champions League first group game. You're getting dropped. Be a big call. Quite a few players out as well. West Ham do have quite a few players out as well, so we should win. But there's a lot of times in United we should win and we don't win. Just one last thing I did want to say. If Pogba does sign a new contract, it's a massive middle finger in the media because every season since Pogba's joined, he's been linked away. Barcelona first, then of course Real Madrid and Juventus a few years, and now PSG. There's just a massive middle finger in the media, and it proves, honestly, that you should not believe everything you read online. Because the fact is that players like Pogba, they get clicks, the media likes to pounce on that, and then get stuff like that. Or Pogba to Real Madrid on. What I just wanted to say, media, fucking shit. There's only a few examples of that. Maybe it's your man or David on team in that. But yeah, that's just the last thing we'll touch on Pogba. I think West Ham.
What other changes do you think Ollie will make for West Ham?
I think we played. We did. We played Matic into Newcastle. That's going to change. He's going to play Fred. He's going to play Fred. There's no way he won't play.
Yeah.
But other than that, I mean, probably no changes other than that. Maybe it puts like. No, actually no. I was thinking maybe it was like a Pogba left wing and then Matic pivot, but no, I don't think so actually. But those will be the only things. I think we'll win 3-1, but honestly, with United, we'll probably lose like 2-0, and then we'll have all the outputs are great. Yeah, it's a massive game as well. I think we need to win these early games to really sustain.
Yeah, it's a big game. As I say, I expect Greenwood to start. All of that. In fact, Kenny, whilst I don't think, I think RJ has had problems like I have before, where his internet has just gone boom. His internet's gone. So what I want to do is I want us to pick our lineup for what we'll see against West Ham. So let me just get my little screen up now. Let me get my screen up now. Also, whilst we wait for that, join me and Kenny. It's going to be the same ones again. Me and Kenny tomorrow. Make sure you do join us. We've got Let's Talk Premier League's Score Centre. We are here for Score Centre. 3 p.m. kickoffs up and down the country. And we got some featured matches, including Burnley, Arsenal, Man City, Southampton, Liverpool, Crystal Palace, Wimbledon, Plymouth Argyle, Doncaster Rovers hosting Morecambe, Bristol Rovers and Leyton Orient. And we got a little bit of National League in there as well. We'll also be covering Torquay United versus Southend United. So tune in tomorrow 2:30 all the way until 5 p.m. With all of that. And then straight after that, I watch along with Villa and Everton. So make sure you tune in for those. I remember Rooney lobbing the keeper in this fixture. Yeah, Rooney was a madness. I think the second half, United will turn it on, but West Ham will give you a game. Antonio's miss might just cost them. Yeah, I think exactly what you said. I think Antonio's miss will cost them. But Kenny, goalkeeper De Gea. I mean, it'd be a madness to see anyone else.
Actually, no. I think League One, bro. League One gets.
Oh yeah, mate. He's definitely starting League One, bro. Definitely. So right back, who are you going for?
Hello, actually. I just have a very.
I agree. I think he's benching Wan-Bissaka. I do agree with you. I agree. Centre back pairing for Ram Maguire.
He should be at least. If it's not,
well, this is what I think we want, or certainly see. Luke Shaw left back. I'm guessing.
Yeah, Luke Shaw left back.
Yeah, Julio. Obviously, you don't play with that formation, do you? You play with this formation. 4-2-3. Oh no, certainly not that. 4-2-3-1 is that one. So, first in the double pivot, who are you going for, Fred?
Yeah, right.
Fred? Not Ndidi, you wish you had Ndidi. Who are you partnering Fred with?
Yeah, Pogba.
Yeah. Bit of Pogba to spice up your life. Now, Cam, obviously, that is going to be Bruno. I think we can be quite self-explanatory there. Right mid or right wing, it's got to be it can't be anyone but Greenwood, can it?
Starboy, Mason.
It is Starboy himself. Starboy himself. Get your backside in there, boy. And on the left, Sancho.
Yeah. There's no one else really left. By the way, Mason.
Unless you want to play Martial left wing, which I think could be a brave move. And then obviously none other than Ronaldo up top, I'm guessing.
Yes.
So there you go. That is mine and Kenny's team for tomorrow, or what we think Ollie's going to go for. We'll be interested to see if we get this right or wrong. Obviously, it's not tomorrow. It is on Sunday. So we'll see if we get that right. I will do that up and get that put onto our channel later on. So that is that. That is that, really. I don't really think we need to do anything else. We've gone through all the topics that RJ had put in the banners. I don't know where RJ has disappeared to. I don't know. But luckily for him, I am here, obviously, as I normally am. We'll be back tomorrow, as I said, with Let's Talk Premier League Score Centre tomorrow at 2:30. So do join in for that. And then, obviously, as I say, Villa Everton or Everton Villa. Where is it? It's at Villa. So Villa Everton tomorrow. After that at 5:15. Sunday, we've got West Ham United, Spurs Chelsea, Juventus Milan before we do fan cams at 10 p.m. where you can come on and have your say. No matter what you want to say, it is your time to talk. You'll get about 5 minutes with me, get what you want to say, have a little chat, and then we'll move on to the next one, providing it all goes well. So let's hope that we get lots of callers in for our first fan cams on Sunday. So as I say, make sure you tune in for all of that. You can find RJ on all platforms at Robotic Jaguar, Twitch, YouTube, Twitter, all Robotic Jaguar. I don't know if he has Instagram. If he does, it'll be Robotic Jaguar. Everything RJ has is Robotic Jaguar. So there is that. You can find me, Nal_PAFC. You can also find our channel socials, Twitter, Let's Talk EPL, Instagram, Let's Talk EPL_, and on TikTok at Let's Talk Premier League. Kenny, where can they find you, mate?
You can find me at Ronaldo is here on Twitter. It's an L instead of an I, by the way. Kenny TV on YouTube, Kenny National on Twitch. Also, Mason Greenwood scored more goals than any other player aged 21 and under in 21. Being 9 goals, Mason Greenwood is reaching the top. I do not care. He is.
Mason Greenwood will be the best striker the Premier League has ever seen. I've no doubt about that.
The best player.
Mason Greenwood will be the best ever player the Premier League has ever seen by the time he's retired. Mark my words. Clip this shit up. I will be myself, but clip this shit up. Mason Greenwood will be the greatest ever player the Premier League has ever seen by the time he's retired. And I can't wait. I can't wait to see it. It's not even gonna be close. It's gonna be superior to the rest. But we'll be back tomorrow, guys. Thank you for watching. And yeah, if you want to get involved, let us know or drop me a message. We're always looking for extra panelists. But until next time, thanks for watching, guys, and peace out.